Hello, Red Hawk students and parents. This slide deck is an introduction to the Cedar Springs Middle School Remote Learning Plan. We hope that we have put together a plan that will give you some high-quality learning experiences and help you to learn some of the content that was left between the time that we were sent home from school until the end of the school year. Your teachers and administrators have been hard at work, and we are learning as we go. So we hope that this plan is something that works well for you. One of the places you'll want to visit first is on our Cedar Springs Public Schools homepage. You will see the Remote Learning Hub. This Learning Hub is going to answer a lot of your questions that you might have. It has information for parents about the learning plan, links to resources that you could use for extended learning, and for links to learn about the programs that your students are going to be learning from. And you can communicate requests on this if you want to pick up a Chromebook or you have technology needs. If you would like to come get your band instrument, various things, you can communicate those requests through the Remote Learning Hub. There's also information for students about the learning plan. There's a suggested schedule I'll be covering in a moment, about your office hours for your teachers, and various links to the programs that you're going to need. This is a suggested weekly schedule that was adapted from recommendations at the state level. The recommendation is that we have 90 minutes of content for each core class and 30 minutes twice a week of encore. So we split this up into two 45-minute sections for each core area and two 30-minute sections for each encore area. This is suggested. You do not need to follow this plan. This is the amount of learning that you will do, an amount of work that you will do through the course of the week. We do recommend that you do 20 minutes of choice reading every day. Some of your ELA teachers will be providing you with prompts to think about through your reading. And then on Fridays, that you do 2 to 3 iReady lessons in reading and 2 to 3 iReady lessons in math, both in the My Path section of iReady. Some of you have used that, some of you have not. This is our schedule for office hours. Every 7th and 8th grade teacher has office hours twice a week for at least 1 hour each time. These office hours are structured differently between teachers. Some teachers are doing a Google Hangout meet where you could come on and ask questions in the chat and they will answer them. Some are having appointments that you can schedule to meet with them. Some are going to schedule group sessions with you, depending on what they're seeing in the work that you're turning back. Please email Brian Balding at csredhawks.org if you would like to have a meeting with the principal. I will use Zoom or Google Meets, but parents, if you want to contact me, I will work around your schedule to try to set up a time to meet with you. Lots of questions about grading. The Executive Order 2020-35 directed schools to hold harmless all students during this time. They defined this time as even before the time that we were let out. So this does go back to quarter 3. The grade as of March 11th, the day before we were canceled, your grade on that date is your grade from quarter 3. If you were failing on that date, you do have the opportunity to bring those grades up. You can make up material that you missed or do additional material that a teacher is asking you to do to bring that grade to passing through June 3rd. Please email your teacher if this is something that you would like to do. In quarter 4, your grade is going to be based on your participation in the remote learning plan. If you are participating actively, you will receive credit for the course in quarter 4. If you are not participating at all, you will receive an incomplete. And into the summer and the fall, you will have the opportunity to participate either online or in the fall, potentially face-to-face. Another question we get asked a lot is about getting stuff out of our lockers. We are directed to only hand out essential items. Any other items that are not essential will be returned when the stay-at-home order is lifted. Currently, the only type of curricular item that is essential is your musical instrument. The rest of the curricular materials that you will need are going to be all provided to you online. You can request a pickup of your musical instrument on the Remote Learning Hub. We are going to be handing those out. You will have to come pick them up at the middle school on Wednesday from 9 to 12 a.m. or Thursday 5 to 8 p.m. this week. Again, you fill out the form on the Remote Learning Hub from the Cedar Springs website. Then you will receive an email that directs you as to exactly what time we'll be looking for you and asks you some questions to make sure we get the correct instrument to you. If these times do not work, please email me to request a different time. If you have medications that you need to pick up from the office, please email Jolie Passarelli at the email address you see there. We will then be in contact with you to make sure that you can get your medication. A few other questions that we have been asked. First, what about technology support? Where do we get that? We're going to have you email Mrs. Rogers. Jenny Rogers is one of the secretaries in the office, and she will direct you to the right person. So if your Chromebook doesn't seem to be working, you need login information that you don't know, something like that, please email Jenny Rogers. If you were a tennis player or a track athlete and you want some activities that can still further your skills in these sports, please email Mr. Cataldo. The coaches of those sports are putting together programs and activities for their athletes to keep them going through the spring. Are you concerned about somebody's emotional or mental health? If so, please email me directly so that I can get them the support that they need. This is a difficult time for a lot of people, and we want to be able to help in whatever way that we can. If you have any further questions, please start by checking the Remote Learning Hub. A lot of your questions can be answered there. Or email me at brian.balding@csredhawks.org. Time for you to get going on your first remote assignment. Assignment number 1 for Guardians is to watch the iReady parent video. It's called What's iReady? You can find that link on the Remote Learning Hub. Just click on either 7th or 8th grade button, go down to iReady, click on iReady, and you should have access to those videos. This is going to give you an idea of what your students are working on in iReady and what it is. Students are going to be working on the MyPath. You'll understand after you watch this video, the MyPath, not teacher-directed lessons to start. Ask your student also to give you their current diagnostic level in iReady. This is something they should be able to find on their own when they log in. Number 2, have students show you their Google Classroom. Have them tell you what the class code is. Have them show you how they post and how they get information off of there. And then if you are looking for additional learning or practice for your student, look at some of the sites in the Remote Learning Hub. Click on them and kind of do a little bit of a walk around to see what those look like. Some great examples are Khan Academy, Prodigy, and Scholastic Reading, but there are more. Take a look because this can give you some extended learning beyond what we are providing. Assignment number 1 for students. Log into Google Classroom. Your teachers have put prompts on there. They may have done this last week. You may have already done this, but log into your Google Classroom and make sure that you have responded to any of announcement prompts that teachers had asked you to respond to. Also log into iReady today to make sure that you can remember how to do that. Your parents are going to ask you about your diagnostic level and explain that to them. Also complete 1 math lesson and 1 reading lesson from the MyPath section today. Some of you have done this before, some of you have not. You can log into iReady, and you have those 2 choices, math or reading. You also have those 2 choices, teacher directed or MyPath. You are going to use the MyPath section. We hope that this is a time that you can still take a moment to learn, to engage in experiences, to enjoy the relationships of your teachers, even though we know that it is a difficult time for all. Please participate at the level that you are capable of. Please stay safe and have yourself a great day.